Hello and welcome to Hello and welcome to The Future is Frequency. I am your host. My name is Amy. If we have never met, um, thank you for joining me. And for those that know me, thanks again for your support and for tuning in. So we'll get started in just about a minute or so. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more deeply about Healy and how Healy can help you, basically. Um, yeah, for those of you that are just tuning in and we've never worked together, or we're not in the same community. Thank you for being here and taking time out of your day. So I am many things. I wear many different hats, but I primarily am a yoga teacher. I am a meditation coach and a breathwork facilitator, and I run one-to-one mentorship programs, and I have a course on Teachable and do private one-to-one breathwork sessions. And I've been teaching and on this journey for going on a decade, which is crazy to think about. Um, there's been lots of twists and turns on my journey, and you know, which led me ultimately to finding Healy almost a year ago. And during that time of my life, it was last summer, and I was just going through it, like literally going through the ringer. And now, if you don't know me, if this is your first introduction to me, um, I'm very honest about my journey. I don't sugarcoat stuff, and maybe sometimes I say stuff rather lightly, but it's not from a place of not taking things seriously. I just feel like there's so much seriousness in the world, and I just try to see things from a more lighthearted way. And this is coming from somebody, myself, who just, was in a dark night of the soul for years and years and years. So, that being said, I found Healy about a year ago, and I was going through a really hard time in my personal life and in my business. I just felt I was kind of grasping. Hold on, this little neck pillow is gonna bother me, so I'm like trying to hide it. But anyways, so I was trying to do all these things, and I wasn't really I wasn't in alignment at all. And I was just had this very wobbly energy. I was very up and down. I was super stressed out, especially as a single mother. Like I was teaching at the time, and I had the best of intentions with my what I was putting out there into the world, but I was very, very up and down. And I was like, please, please, I need a sign, something. In comes Healy. And since Healy has come into my awareness, a lot has changed. And the most important stuff that has changed has been the inner work. So, my landscape, my inner landscape, if you will. So, a little bit about Healy. It's this a very small, like literally fits in the palm of your hand. It is a holistic handheld quantum frequency device that was created by a man named Marcus Schmecky, who he's both a quantum scientist as well as a former Buddhist monk. And he is actually the creator of a larger frequency device that is called Time Waver, which is it's like the granddaddy, if you can think about it like that. And then this is like a smaller version. The Time Waver is used by expert practitioners, and um, essentially, you would, for a time waiver, you would do sessions and, have private sessions. Whereas with Healy, the reason that Marcus wanted to create Healy was to be able to have something that was more available to the masses, something, a device that could be used for people in their homes, just like me or like you. I know also people use them in their businesses, as do I. I use them with my breathwork clients, and use them with my friends and family, stuff like that. But so he really, the the awesome thing about Marcus being both a scientist and a former monk is that, he really values the bridging of science and spirituality. And as you will see as we go on, it's just a beautiful bridging, and it truly, truly does. So, what is a quantum frequency device? Now, if you're familiar with a Rife machine it has hundreds and hundreds of frequencies on it. So much you could think of, there's a frequency for it. Literally anything in life has a frequency. We are all emitting at a frequency right now. Though, like, the hats behind me have a frequency. Even if we think about it, they're inanimate objects, but everything is vibrating at a frequency. In quantum theory, truly everything is a wave until it's given our awareness or consciousness, and then it comes into a manifestation. So technically, according to quantum theory, we're all just waves and frequencies of energy, and it's when our brain focuses on something that it becomes materialized. Okay, but I'm not a scientist, but that is my understanding of it. So, what is very cool and what differentiates Healy from, for example, the Rife machine is that with the Rife machine, you can select, let's say, frequencies for a headache, and it will send you the frequencies. Now, what a Healy does is the quantum sensor within it is able to scan your field and send you very specific and customized frequencies for your current state of being. And that is what changes it. So it's not just like it's just sending a one type of frequency. It's very, very individualized, which is a beautiful thing, and it sets itself apart from other technology that is currently available. Now, what it does is the Healy scans your field and then will suggest a variety of different frequency programs to bring into your field, and it does it in a couple different ways. Pardon me. It works through the first way that Healy works is through microcurrents. Now, these microcurrents have been in existence for at least the past 100 years. They're not as popular as one would think, being for how powerful they are, because to put it lightly, it's just they're very powerful, and they have the power to create great change in people's lives individually and in the collective. So sometimes technology tends to get hidden, if you catch my drift. But anyway, so what happens when you connect with a Healy is you use these bands that connect via a cable. So what I would do to send frequencies to myself is I would put it, hold on a second. I would put it around my wrist, connect like so, and then do it on the other side. We got a tangle. I do it on the other side and then connect it You see there's a place right there, and put it in like that and connect it on both sides. And then that will prep me to go into, Healy has a couple different apps to use. And the blue app, I'm just checking my notes. So, yep, pardon me, I'm getting all these notifications. I have too many apps open and it's making my computer not happy. So, okay, so it connects and it sends the current and the frequency programs via microcurrent, and it can also send them through using a device called the Healy coil, which is you plug it in like this. And you see it connects into there. And then you can put it on there, like clip it to your shirt, and it connects wirelessly, excuse me. So the deal is with that, so either the microcurrents are going directly in via the bands or wirelessly with the Healy coil. Now, the device itself, I'll get more into the apps in a moment. The device itself, it has two components. It has the quantum sensor within, and then it has frequency generators. And they connect to, via Bluetooth, to two different apps. The main app is called the Healy Pink app, and that has all of the frequencies according to which device you have. There's several different types of devices or different models. There is the gold, which is sort of the base level, is excellent, and then it goes all the way up to the professional model. Now, the gold has all the gold programs by a man named Nuno Nina, and then it also has pain programs or stimulation programs. Now, Healy has been FDA cleared to for pain management, anxiety, and depression. It's been FDA cleared for, and that includes for migraines, and it includes for toothaches, any type of pain in your body. It will help to alleviate it. So the device connects to the Bluetooth, and depending on what model you have, like the gold model, the base model doesn't have a scanning device in it, or scanning capabilities, in the sense that it will you can just run programs, so it technically will work more like a Rife thing. It's like, okay, so you want to run the gold pure, for example. That's one of the frequency programs, so you could run that. But as you get up to what's called the resonance model, that's when it begins to be able to scan your field, and you get, it's fascinating what it can show you. And I'll get into that. We're going to do a scan in a little bit. But so that's the Pink app that houses all the programs for your specific model. The device itself always stays the same if you choose to upgrade, which you can do if you'd like. The device stays the same. It's just the software and the programs more of them become available as you upgrade. If you'd like to do that, that's always an option. And then when you get to the resonance model, which has the scanning technology in it, then you will also use it's called the blue app. So you got the pink and you got the blue apps to use. And the what's it called? Once you get up into the resonance and above models, you have the capability to scan your aura. With the aura module, you have the ability to do a what's called a coaching scan. which is super awesome. You essentially are connecting to your higher self, your future self, tapping into the Akashic field where you are able to put an intention or even ask a question into the app, and will scan your field and scan the information field and then come back with what's going on, what may be blocking you from reaching an intention or a goal, and then we'll send you frequencies to come into coherence with it. It is amazing. I just upgraded my device to a professional a couple months ago, and I've been working with it. 10/10 recommend. I really, really, really recommend it. And there's also a digital nutrition module, which is epic as well. And that comes with the professional. You can also add it on as a subscription. Mostly everything, like let's say you buy the Resonance, which has a scanner. I would say definitely to start there, buying that. And then if you want to add on subscriptions, that's fine. You can cancel them at any time. There's no like monthly payments or subscriptions you need to make, but if you like in general, but if you want to add stuff on, that's a possibility too, which I think is super cool. So there's no like hidden fees or costs or anything like that involved in the world of Healy, which is beautiful. So within the Blue app, as I said, you have the option to scan yourself, scan your field. You can also add in clients, family members, friends that are not with you. That like for example, I have one friend I work with, and who has been having serious insomnia issues, right? And I've been doing scans for her with her permission, of course, and then sending her frequencies through the information field, and she's been getting great results. Like I'm saying, like for example, she didn't sleep. She wasn't able to sleep for 3 days straight, and then finally I was like, please, let's do the Healy. Let's see. And then she slept for 10 hours. 10 hours, and she's thousands of miles away. When we're talking about the information field, time, space is irrelevant. So, yes, I've been working with that friend and other friends as well. And it's just so beautiful. And, like, so the Healy has programs for, as I said, the gold programs, which were basically, as I said, created by Nuno Nina, and they're the baseline of, Healy. Nuno Nina and Marcus worked very closely to develop this technology, and it is truly infused in all of Healy itself. And then we have the pain management programs, and then there's frequency programs for mental focus, for mental balance, for balancing your chakras, for physical activity. There's stuff for beauty in your skin, and I could go on and on and on, and it's just like there's just so much, and there's even frequencies that are only available in the Blue app, and it's actually there's frequencies for Bach flower remedies, Alaskan bush flowers. There's crystal elixir, excuse, hold on one second, crystal elixirs and Sheshler salts. Much, much more. I could keep going. It's like, and then there's hundreds of thousands of frequencies. It's so cool. Not hundreds and thousands of programs per se, but there's just so many frequencies, and it's been a beautiful experience for myself. So, kind of backtracking, as I said, last summer, I was like in it. Like, I was at the end of a dark night of the soul, and then all this stuff happened. So it was like, yay, I did the work. I had done an extensive amount of inner child work, of reparenting, all the shadow work, mindset, so much for years and years and years. And then it's like last summer was almost, the test. Not that I think that the universe always tests us and stuff like that, but really, and I failed epically. I was just like a mess. I was a mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. I was like grasping and like, why? And like, it was not, it was not pretty. But as I began to work with the Healy, Healy has this beautiful, beautiful process of helping to uncoil all the energetic kinks and patterning within our energetic field in the most beautiful of ways. So my first experience, my first like week or two, my experience was I just felt like ecstatic and elated. I felt really, really good. And then it kind of tapered off, and I was like, I don't know, I'll just keep going and see what happens. And then fast forward to this past spring, I went through a program, a 9-week protocol called The Power of Three. And at the end of it, I wasn't sure what to expect. At the end of it, I was completely free of migraines that I had suffered with since I was 12 years old. And I almost couldn't believe it. I was shocked because this is just something that I had lived with for almost my entire life. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's beautiful. I'm like, oh my goodness, this works. And it wasn't just that. Then I started working with, like, that alone, I would have, that's like enough to just tell the whole world about this device, this little tiny device. It's so powerful. But then I started having these epic downloads, and I had this experience one morning as I was running a program, actually an expert program, because you can purchase from programs from Time Waiver professionals as well if you'd like, and then get them sent to your device. And I've been working with this one practitioner, and I just, one morning, I sat down to meditate like I normally do, nothing like special, just doing my regular breath work and meditation to balance my energy. And I just had this beautiful experience of finally feeling safe within my body, safety within my field. Like, my nervous system just relaxed. And, as I said, I'm a breathwork teacher, meditation, yoga. Like, I'm not new to any of this stuff. It's like I do that work myself. It's just working with Healy has been an additional beautiful expansion on top of the work I was already doing. And since then, it's like this I liken it to like a 1,000-pound weight being lifted off of my whole being. And it's been really, really, really freeing. So, how can I not share about this, right? So, that's why I'm here talking to you about it. And I'm not, saying that like Healy is the magic thing that's going to fix everything, but it has changed so much for me, and it's just been a really beautiful experience with it. So, I'm going to do a I'll do a scan on myself. So, as I said, I have the professional model, and I was able to upgrade from a resonance, is what I originally bought last year. And I was at a time where I didn't have a lot of money. But I just knew, like, I took like a month and a half to think about it, but I just knew something within me just knew like this was for me. And I feel like Healy, when it comes into your awareness, you're either like, yes, this is for me, or you're just not into it. And that's okay too, right? There's not a right or wrong answer. But like I knew it was for me, but I really had to sit with it and think about it because it was a big, like, and you know what? It really did change my life. It literally changed my life. So I thought about it. And it was like, how am I going to pay for this? It was like, and I just made the decision one day, because they have like all these sales going on, great deals. It's a lovely company in general. And one day I just did it. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I do a payment plan. I'll do it through Klarna because I'm in the States and that's available. And I just did it. And then, I really wanted to get a professional and that wasn't available. Like they're just like, I couldn't do it. But I would have gotten the gold model if that was what I could afford too. But you know what? I made it happen. And then they had this like amazing discount a couple of months ago with like 75% off all upgrades, which is wild. And I'm like, okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Like, it's still like, you know, kind of like a lot for me at the moment, but I did it and I'm so happy I did it. But, anyways, I'm like, anyways, so let's do a scan. So, for the scan, you just need the device and the app, Healy. We're going to go into the blue app, and what I'll show you today is let's do a chakra auric scan and see what comes up. And it's sometimes stuff that comes up, you're like, wow, what the heck? How did this device know this? But it has, the technology in it to go into your field, into the information field, and retrieve it with your intention and with your permission, of course. And it's quantum technology, it is not AI, just to put that out there in case anyone has reservations with that. I know some people are really into it and other people are like very against it, but this is a separate technology. It is quite, as the founder, as Marcus said, it's very an intelligent technology, but it's not artificial. So, as you see, okay, so I open up the blue app and you'll see for me, I can do resonance scan, which would be, you know, to scan all of the programs, and then with the Bach flowers and stuff like that, it's kind of wonky to see. But we're going to go to and then there's the coaching one in the middle, and then the auric scan on the bottom. So what I do is I turn my Healy on in the center. I connect my phone to the Bluetooth. One note about the Bluetooth, as you're running the programs, like with the microcurrent or the coil, you don't need to have the Bluetooth running because some people kind of question that and they're not comfortable having Bluetooth on, which I totally get. I usually shut mine off for the most part. I want to say 90% of the time my Bluetooth is off. But anyways, so Healy's on, we're connected. I'm going to go into the aura scan and select myself as a client. Like every time you work with somebody new with the Healy, you add them in as a client. It can be a person, it can be a pet, it can be an organization. Like if you're working with, you have a client for, let's say you're using this for business, and you have a client that or business that you want to send frequencies to and like work with that way, like as a consultant business, for example, you're a consultant and you want to help them in this way, you can do that. You can even do it on a building. It's super cool. You can record plants and stuff. It's like, oh, so amazing. But that is for maybe we'll do the futures frequency part 2 because that's a little more advanced. So anyways, what we're going to do is, can you see? No, too. There's me. Record my aura. So what I do is I hold it, record aura. Hold on, it's going to scan again. or have the Healy next to you. It's connecting now. It's taking a while. Sometimes it's quicker than others, and that's all good. Okay, so we're connected. It's scanning. Whoa, that was really fast. And that comes up. So we're going to go to up here. Sorry, it's hard to see. It says interpretation. I'm going to click it. And then it will give you like the top 3, which ones are like high. Okay, my crown chakra is at 97%. Yeah. Don't mind me. My heart's at 95. And my sacral is at 95 too. So I guess I'm really feeling this presentation and talking to you guys. And then it will give you a description, like for example, on the crown chakra, it will say, you are receptive to higher energies and find yourself in the highest vibration. Heaven is close to you, which gives you the strength to implement things for the necessary energy was not previously available. And it like goes on and on, long list. And then you can, if you click the pink button, it gives you even more. It gives you more information about the chakra in general. Okay, and then you can go to these buttons here, and it's going to select the ones that need it's suggesting that you need the most focus on. If you want, you can just focus on one chakra, or you can focus on all of them, or you can do as it's suggested. There's a lot of room to work with. So it's saying my roots low at 73, and then my solar plexus is 88, and my forehead is at, my forehead is at 83, but none of those are actually too low. I've literally had them sometimes when I'm just like really, really in a wonky energy. Low, like below 50. I'm like, oh shoot, I need to do some breath work, get outside. Anyways, so what we'll do here is I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then on the bottom, it says start analysis. So what you do, it's going to analyze me, my field, with the intention to show me what I need to become in most resonance with. Now you can go in and you can change the intention if you want, but that's for another day. I just wanted to give you like a brief overview. Now it's saying, oh no, some of these I'm like, do I want to read them to you? But it's fine. The first one, security is for my root chakra, and it says security is experienced through food. I just ate pancakes and bacon, so I'm not even gonna feel like it's throwing me shade because it's kind of true. It's saying that my root chakra is shining in the color orange, and then it will list the desired state to feel harmonization through topics of relationship, money, homework, trust, and life security. All the themes of the root chakra, right? And then the next one is in my solar plexus. It says that I'm giving up control to other people. Touche. Mine is green right now. And then it lists the desired state and the desired state description. And you know what? It's kind of true. I feel, it will call you out on stuff. It doesn't always call you out on stuff, but it sometimes does. And it's just showing us stuff that maybe we understand. Like sometimes when I read scans, I'm like, oh yes, I totally get that. And other stuff, I'm like, this isn't fitting. If you ever do a scan, like let's say we do a scan together one day, I offer free private scans, one free private scan. If you're into that, let me know. Or if you decide to one day purchase a Healy, some stuff may be super resonant, other stuff not. There's actually numbers alongside. Can you see down there? The three numbers. Those are relevance, potency, and then I forget the name of the last one, but for this one, it's 81%. So it's pretty important. And then the three would mean I am haven't done a lot of work and it needs more work. Yeah. It's saying this person feels emotionally extorted and hurt, suffering from resulting powerlessness and the accumulated suppressed aggression. And holy crap, yes, that is me right now. I'm going through some weird stuff, but it's okay. It's like I actually did a podcast about this. It's the squeeze before the leap, like meaning the quantum leap. Holy heck, that's what's going on. But anyways, I could go on, and it sharing all of my org details with you, but the thing is also it will show you see the numbers. The, the first two are numbers. One's a percentage, and then it will be a 0 through 10, and then the letters are an indication. And it will be an indication whether this is in your physical body, it's in your emotional body, or your mental body, or spiritual. And then it also gets into whether this is a karmic situation, whether it's from your parents or from your grandparents. Is really, really fascinating. You can totally do a deep dive into this. I like love this stuff, and I love it for myself, for my family and friends, and working with my clients. It's very, very powerful. So just like, and then what you can do is you can save this in your app, or you can send it as a PDF to yourself or whoever you're doing the reading for. Now you can vibrate it. So it's super powerful in general to just have that knowledge, right? To see what comes up from your field. That may be keeping you stuck, stuff you need to work on to feel good, to be in coherence, connected through your mind and your heart and your soul, like coming into that coherence, and how to get into alignment with your goals and stuff, and what may be hindering you, yada yada yada. But you can take it a step further, and you can vibrate these frequencies to help you come into balance with it. So you see that's a minute and 20. You can go, whoop, you can go and do it for like a short blast, 1 second, all the way up to like infinite, like 8 hours, depending on what it is. And I'm not really going to get into that too much right now, but let's say I'll do a minute scan. Excuse me, send a minute's worth of frequencies into my field to come into balance. And in those three chakras. What was it? That was my root chakra, my solar plexus, and I forget the last one because I didn't read it. I didn't read it out loud. So that's how the aura works. I hope that made sense. I know it's kind of hard to see when I'm like wobbling, showing on the screen. But so there's the auric one module. There's the digital nutrition, which I touched on briefly before, where it scans your field and tells you where you're deficient in minerals and vitamins and stuff, and then it will send you the frequencies of them. How cool is that? It is very, 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 very cool. It sounds like incredibly futuristic, but it's the present. Like, this is going on and happening now. So just as the Healy recorded my vibration, it can record the vibration of a supplement, of a crystal, of a plant, plant medicine. It's just so super duper cool. And I think that sort of wraps it up, and kind of went like on waves, waves of what Healy is and what it can do for you. But essentially, it's the a quantum frequency device that you can use at home on a daily basis. They suggest to do up to 3 microcurrent programs a day, not more than that, because you can kind of, it just can become too much. I have done too many sometimes, and like it doesn't um, feel the best. It doesn't feel like awful, but I can just tell, you know, especially if you're sensitive to energy. I did forget to mention one thing. So it connects via the coil wirelessly or through the wristbands, and then also through these with a sticky pad. So you would connect the you'd use the same cord and connect it just like if you get an EKG, right? So stick it on here and then put it like for when um, for example, for migraines or for a toothache, and put them like right, oh my God, right behind here. Never put them on your temples. I've tried that before and I don't suggest it. You don't want to like put anything like electricity in between your brain. It's a bad idea. Not suggested at all. But like lower is fine. Lower is fine. And microcurrent, as I said, has been around a lot. If you want to learn more about that, I suggest you check out this woman, Carolyn McMacken. Carolyn McMacken, yes, she is an amazing, amazing source of information, and she's great. And she wrote a book called The Resonance Effect, and it's just fascinating work. The effects of microcurrent are vast. They literally help your cells to become more healthy. It increases amino acid transport. So, amino acids are the building blocks for protein synthesis. And it increases ATP production, increases protein synthesis, which is, of course, related to amino acid transport. It's all very fascinating. It really is powerful. I'm like, it's powerful stuff, man. But, so, yes, if you have any questions at all, reach out, comment in the video, comment below, or email me at amy@clearchannelyoga.com. I put in links to my Healy shop. So not only do I use the Healy and I use it for my clients, I also am in a beautiful community where I sell Heelys as well. I share about them. I have a lot of stuff going on. I said I have my own business, my own wellness business, and then this is just like an added thing on top. So my community of people that I sell alongside or share alongside is full of like everyone from massage therapists to Reiki practitioners to doulas to therapists to librarians. Like it's like the whole gamut of people. It's people that they devote everything to, some devote everything to Healy, and it's like that's what they do, that's all they do, and it's enough, right? Like you can make it your one line of work. So if you're looking for additional income, there is a business opportunity that's attached. The community is like no other that I have ever experienced before. I'm actually in the middle of a 4-week reality crafting immersion, and it's been so epic. All the calls are great. It's completely free for all the Healy reps in my lineage and in my mentor's lineage. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, let me know. And I'd love to share more. If you'd like to receive more information about Healy, I have a plethora of information, studies, videos, all types. If you prefer to read, I have PDFs as well. So thank you so much for being here. Healy, right now, the resonance models and up are currently 35% off, which is a pretty steep discount. And I'm happy to take you through that process. And who knows, you never know where you'll be in a year if you start soon, just like I did. It's like night and day. I wish I had a video to share of me in my state last year compared to now. But I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to connect with you soon. Have a beautiful day, night, wherever you are in this world. I'm sending you a lot of love and gratitude. Bye.